Welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to explain a German techno-thriller movie, titled, Who Am I?, released in the year 2014. The movie opens up with a hacker from Berlin, named Benjamin, being interrogated by Hanna Lindberg, head of the cyber division of Europol. Benjamin tells her that he knows about Friends, a notorious hacking group of 4 people, connected to Russian cyber mafia, and another infamous hacker, known as MRX on Darknet. However, Benjamin puts forth a condition, that only if Hanna listens to his entire story. Having no other choice, Hanna agrees. Benjamin begins with comparing himself to superheroes, saying that like Superman, Batman and other such heroes, Benjamin too has no parents. His father abandoned his family when he was born. When he was only 8 years old, his mother also committed suicide. Thereafter, he lived alone with his ailing grandmother. He regards his invisibility as his superpower, as he was never noticed by most people during his childhood, due to him being socially awkward. He learned programming and hacked first system at the age of 14. As a result, he started feeling a sense of belonging on the internet, though he still continued to feel like a loser in real life. On the darknet, he got to know about a super hacker, named MRX, who went on to become his hacking idol. MRX was an anonymous hacker, who could hack into any system. Benjamin aspired to be like him. Meanwhile, since he couldn't afford university due to financial constraints, he started working as a pizza delivery boy to pay the bills. One night, while delivering pizza to a group of students, he notices his high school love Mary at a college party, whom he still loved. Hearing her having trouble her examinations, he decides to help her and be her superhero by hacking into Mary's university servers to download the exam questions. But the plan fails when he gets caught by a security guard and handed over to police. Luckily, Benjamin had no prior criminal record, therefore, he's only given community service as a punishment. While working on the streets, Benjamin meets a boy named Max, who also happens to be a hacker. Being a charismatic and confident person, Max is the complete opposite of Benjamin. However, with days passing by, the duo grows closer. One day Max takes Benjamin to introduce him to his colleagues, Stefan and Paul. After testing Benjamin's hacking skills, Max explains to him that the concept of social engineering is the greatest form of hacking. He suggests forming a hacking group, called Clowns Laughing at You, nicknamed Clay. They decide to use Benjamin's house as a base for their operations, as Benjamin is living alone, after he had to send his grandmother to a nursing home due to her worsening Alzheimer's disease. Soon after the formation of the group, they place several pranks on different institutions in Berlin. They hack German stock market, and place middle finger on its flowing charts, and put a pharmaceutical giant on blast for killing animals for their experiments. The group uses Ritalin to stay up late and hack into anything they could lay their hands on. And soon the hacker group gains notoriety and becomes popular on social media. One day, while buying groceries with his friends, Benjamin runs into Mary. Max forces him to talk to her. However, as usual, Benjamin fails to collect the courage to ask her out. Max calls him a tragic case and demonstrates how to talk to girls by flirting with Mary and her friend. Max now seems to have it all, but one thing he still craved was MRX's compliment. One day, he goes off the edge when MRX makes fun of Clay and mocking the group. Here, it's revealed that around this time Hanna comes into the picture. She called to Berlin to look into an attack on the European Central Bank in Frankfurt. The group behind the attacks are called Friends. The same group is believed to be behind the attack on the German army's servers. Friends is part of Russian cyber mafia. The group consists of 4 members, 3 of whom go by the pseudonyms Sekdet, Tobot, and Krypton. 4th member's identity is still unknown. The data they hack are sold to the highest bidder on the darknet. Their business is controlled by the Russians. It also comes to light that at least one of the hackers operates from Berlin. Meanwhile, one day MRX sends a message to Clay, on which Max starts celebrating, only to be humiliated afterwards when he learns that it's a hacked correspondence between Cybercrime Commission and Europol, in which Clay are labeled as a harmless hacker group that doesn't belong to the big players. Bent on proving themselves, Max insists on achieving a more outrageous feat of hacking. Benjamin proposes hacking main headquarters of BND, the German Central Intelligence. To gain access into the BND servers, posing as garbage collectors, they sneak into the factory where garbage from BND is dumped. In a pile of trash, they find a card containing information about a BND employee named Gertie. She is responsible for providing cleaning crew with identity cards. They send a malicious email to her and trick her into opening it. Her mistake gives them access to the BND building, where they manage to hack the internal servers. They also gain control of the printers and print their logo titled "No System is Safe" all around the building, impressing MRX. After achieving his major feat, they go to a club to celebrate. Coincidentally, Mary also happens to be there. Benjamin notices her and goes to the washroom to practice approaching her. But to his dismay, when he comes out, he finds Max kissing her. Broken-hearted, Benjamin runs back home. Max and others also follow him, but Benjamin refuses to let them in. Drunk and enraged, Max calls Benjamin a nobody. Feeling inferior, Benjamin decides to give encrypted information he secretly stole from the B&D server to MRX to prove himself. But, sadly, the hacked data exposes Krypton as an undercover B&D agent working with Hana to expose friends, for which he gets murdered. In the meantime, Clay is declared as a terrorist group for hacking classified information. Other Clay members are shocked at the turn of events. Benjamin confesses to giving the information from the B&D to MRX. Thereafter, seeking to clear their name by exposing MRX, Benjamin again contacts him. MRX demands Benjamin to hack into the Europol database in exchange for MRX's identity. Meanwhile, Hana and her team also comes close to nab Clay while they are contacting MRX from a public library. But they manage to escape. On this failure, Hana is suspended from her job. In the next scene, the Clay group dissolves their hard drives in acid to erase any evidence that may implicate them. Afterwards, they travel to Europol headquarters to try and break their way in. But it proves impossible. Europol dump their trash in a secured building. Its sewers are locked. All phishing attempts failed. During this, Max even badly hurts his Haunted with a nail. However, while checking out the building, Benjamin notices a group of scholars visiting the place. And one of them drops his visitor card. Through it, using Max's advice about social engineering, Benjamin manages to gain access to the building by fooling a guard and successfully plants a hacking device inside. He then hacks into the internal Europol servers and provides MRX with an entrance, secretly encoded inside a double Trojan horse, so MRX is exposed when he tries to gain access. However, MRX, anticipating this, takes a snapshot of Benjamin via his webcam and exposes him. Benjamin is forced to flee when a group of Russian mobsters finds him. He evades them in the subway, but when he reaches the hotel, he finds his hacker friends murdered. Left with no choice, Benjamin decides to turn himself to Hana. To prove his claims, Benjamin reveals that he hacked Hana's information also, and he knows about her miscarriage as well as suspension from her job. Hana believes him and agrees to put him into a witness protection program in exchange for helping capture friends and MRX. With Hana's permission, Benjamin logs in as MRX himself and spreads lies about MRX being a snitch on the internet, forcing real MRX to push his way into the darknet servers with unsafe methods. This gives Benjamin opportunity to nab him. And finally, MRX is exposed as a 19-year-old American boy from New York City. And he is instantly arrested by the FBI from a coffee shop. On the other hand, after agreeing to give Benjamin the witness exchange program, Hana notices a wound going through his palm. The same wound that Max got after running a nail through his hand. She realizes that Max, Stefan and Paul are all made-up characters. Realizing this, a distraught Hana visits Benjamin's doctor, who states that his mother had multiple personality disorder and committed suicide. Moreover, this disorder can be genetically inherited. Afterwards, Hana connects all the plot holes in Benjamin's story and concludes that Benjamin alone was Clay. He alone committed all the atrocities. He alone hacked into the B&D and alone planted the World War II bullets. From his grandmother in the hotel to make it look like Max, Paul and Stefan, his imaginary characters, were killed. After her conclusion, Hana confronts Benjamin, telling him that people with mental disorders cannot be given witness protection hearing. Hearing this, Benjamin breaks down and pleads with Hana to help him. Hana eventually changes her mind and allows him to access the witness protection program, which is revealed to be an actual program containing information about all German citizens. Benjamin changes his identity here. And finally, Hana drops Benjamin off, telling him that she is letting him go because he truly wants to stay invisible. However, she warns him to never indulge again in hacking, or else she will nab him again. And here comes the plot. In the next scene, Benjamin sporting blonde hair is seen standing alone on the Scandlines ferry, heading north, where he's suddenly joined by Mary, Max, Steven and Paul. While narrating his story, Benjamin states he performed the greatest social engineering hack ever. Here the scene shifts back to Benjamin going to the hotel, and it turns out, Benjamin lied about his hacker friends, being a figment of his imagination to protect them from friends group and authorities. It is revealed that he finds his friends alive and well in the hotel. Meanwhile, Mary also visited the group at the hotel and told them that mentally ill subjects cannot be granted witness protection. After which they devised the plan for Benjamin to surrender to Hannah and dictate the story, deliberately leaving plot holes, which she will most likely decipher, and then using her sympathy for him to grant him access to the witness protection program. They also spike his hand with a nail to make the story seem truthful. It is also revealed that in the server room, Benjamin didn't change his identity. Instead, he erased his data entirely. Benjamin states that Hannah will eventually realize his deception, but she won't hunt him down as she already got what she wanted, after Benjamin helped her get her job back by surrendering to her. And indeed, at a press conference announcing the defeat of Friends and Marex, Hannah, having an epiphany, smiles as she realizes the truth, that she was deceived. That's all from the movie. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and share with friends. Also hit the subscribe button for more interesting content. See you next time with a new movie. Take care.